Find time, knock your wife, and make your wife find time to knock you. You find out that you barely have problem and misunderstanding. If they misunderstand and rise like this now, and you don't go dress, wear bomb short, look nice, the man turn left and right. And you'll be very, very confused. Like, is it now that you have a problem that this distraction is coming? Before you know it, the man is already looking for a way to apologize.
There's a particular man that is always saying he has a chieftaincy title in Nigeria. So he's not going to help the wife. He's not going to enter the kitchen. And I'm like, I don't understand. He's making call, coming to the living room to watch news, and then spread his leg for food to be served. She said she will no longer be serving food for that man again. This is where problem comes in. Now, you have chieftaincy title in Nigeria, but you were helping her when we were in Nigeria. But all of a sudden, you came here. I know that sometimes the stress at work can be very, very much. But one thing I would really want to understand is, how do people switch automatically? I don't know how you'll be good this next minute in another country. You go to another country, you change.
My point is that you cannot give what you do not have. What you do not have. The man actually has never been contributing at home back in Nigeria.
No. She said the man has been supportive. He goes for school runs. And she doesn't even work. Then she has a store. She sells woman hair. The same man will say, oh yeah, baby, go to your store. I'll cook for you. The man will do everything for her. Then bring the kids to the store. Do you understand me? For her to stay with those kids. So where is that switch coming from?
I'm not justifying the man's behavior for anything because it's a terrible one. So you cannot say you will not support your wife or you'll be doing it. And like I say, you must be a family man to be family wise. You must have family orientation, both from your own background, so you can know the kind of family you're building. First, contributing and doing things for your family does not make you any less of a man. It makes you a role model for your children and the generation to come. It gives you the value of that special man. When I contribute, I contribute because I'm doing it for my family. I'm not contributing because I like to work. I'm doing it is more like a sacrifice. Like, this is the part we are towing now, and we must do it in the right way. There are people looking at us how we eat to know how they are to eat, how we behave to know how they are to behave, and how clean we are to know how to clean themselves. So if you're doing all this, if you think your title or anything has to come first, you have already failed as a family man. That title, nobody knows the title, and the title does not mean anything. So first thing first is you must have family orientation first to build a solid foundation, not because you are involved, but because your children are involved, your wife is involved, not only you. You don't have to be selfish. Selfishness is the reason why a lot of families are going astray. People are selfish about themselves, personal interest, concern about their own well-being. Nobody is generalizing things now. Nobody is making decisions for the welfare of us, for the welfare of the family. As a family man, or as a family, you must make decisions that favors everybody, not when it favors you alone is a good decision, and when everyone has to be involved is a bad one. If you're making decision, it has to be a generalized thing. Yeah. Everybody has to be involved, because why? You're not the only one. You don't have to be selfish. The fact that the man now might be having chances at home where he has freedom to do everything, run his business, a lot of time, no less stress, possibly he might never indulge in working 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. The feeling when you run business, you have a lot of time. You can tell your boys, okay, I'm coming over now. You go pick your keys. From there, you go and take one bottle of Ompa. Then you relax. You laugh with your friends. You have this freedom to roam around. So if you're working with all your full heart. When you're working now, you be helping your wife with your full heart, because there's no stress coming from your side. You're in charge of you're the boss. So if you pick your kids from school, you'll be like, let me just go and exercise myself. What am I even doing the job? All these things will be like exercise. But now the man has come to a cage where he is now between 12-hour shifts. And
then you remember this title.
So if you're not trained mentally to adapt to situation, you feel mental deranged. You might just go home and you know that kind of feeling. When you go home, you don't want to do anything. You'll be like angry, like, oh my God, Look on the chief. You know, change of environment can be, imagine how living like a king, and you are now coming living like more of a boy. So it's quite challenging. So, but nevertheless, it is very important for those that can adapt to situation to easily adapt to situation and find way to manage their home. As I think he's not supporting, the wife is feeling it, and before you know it, 1 year, 2 years, the marriage is already going so, and before you know it, you'll be living with your enemy thinking you're living with wife.
Yeah, already piled up a lot of things in mind for you. The only thing that should just be saying in our mind is, see this idiot.
And if and that kind of situation now, ladies now, lady looking for one particular thing, and before you know, boom, they'll say, why did you leave the marriage? He cheated.
Then again, I realized that causes lots of problem in marriage is having time for your spouse. Now, you go to work, come back, freshen up, sit down and relax. Because if you went for a 12-hour shift, you tell your husband that you don't want to have sexual intercourse with him.
You see, sex might be like SES, but it's a very big word. It has a very big role to play in marriage. In any relationship or marriage, when Naki know the day where that marriage know they get hurt. No. If Naki know the day where for marriage, that marriage don't die. It's already dying. Things where we say if you settle problem, if you even bring room for dialogue, if you even bring room for peace. Okay, in fact, I tell you now, no, knacking is very, very important. Knacking is as I want to put knacking.
The main thing.
If if knacking and money they come together like this, you see finance, you see knacking. 2 of them are neighbor. They look.
So the thing got clash.
2 of them are neighbor. These two neighbor. Marriage just they set up that these 2 neighbor and their neighbor. You know if you don't. So in the sense that a lot of people don't really enjoy their sexual life. Sometimes fault can come from any partner. It can come from the man. It can come from the woman. That's why I talk about stress. Sometimes there's a way a man can be stressed. He will not have the urge of touching his wife. You understand? You'll be looking at his wife like, then there's a way a woman will be stressed. She will not be attractive to the husband. There are some times a man can come back home stressed. He will not feel like meeting his sexual obligation to the wife. Same thing can still happen to the woman. She'll be stressed, and that's the reason why sometimes it's good not to overwork yourself so that you can have time to relax. But in as much as it is man's duty to perform the work, some women too are basic problem in the sense that there are some women are too lazy. Let me give you a gist. Why is it like this in this country? Why is it like this in this country? Every time I touch my wife, if she's not tired, you have to say let the kids sleep first. Okay, let's leave it tomorrow. Okay, please, can we leave it tomorrow? I'm tired. Let the kids sleep. And before the kids will sleep, he's already sleeping. Or he said, let's leave it tomorrow. I'm tired now. And tomorrow we come.
Life is not easy.
She's tired again. You have to prioritize your sex life too. Find time, knock your wife. And make your wife find time to knock you. There's a way your sex life will be with you and your couple. You find out that you barely have problem and misunderstanding. If they misunderstand and rise like this now, and you don't go dress, wear bomb short, look nice, the man turn left and right. And you'll be very, very confused. Like, is it now that you have a problem that this distraction is coming? Before you know it, the man is already looking for a way to apologize. And women too have to find way, like I used to say, to look good and be attractive. Yeah. In fact, it should be that word sexual seduction to your husband, like always looking for a way to cage your man in that feeling of like always bringing that feeling like what is happening here? This woman, I know the grey old. Be the one to turn your husband on.
Yeah.
There's a way your wife will always looking sexy, turning you on. You'll be in your workplace, you'll be thinking about but when am I going to have off self? Baby, when is your off day? You'll be looking for a way to balance your off so you can enjoy your life. Do you get my point now? So there must be activity. Sex is part of the activity. You as a wife looking sexy, looking good, looking attractive, always want to distract your man is a core responsibility. You look so sexy and so beautiful to an extent that when your husband look at you and look at your diagonal, from a diagonal view, the man should have erection.
Yeah.
Because that is his source of strength. Your beauty alone should be to capture him in a pot. Put him for pot like this. Tie the rope. You know? So men like distraction. If you're the wife distracting your husband, you have your husband. Because you know how to take his attention to this. So, and looking good, looking clean, looking sexy, looking smart is very important. As a woman, the way you arrange yourself, the way you organize yourself, how beautiful you are, how clean is very important. So find time out of work and everything to always look beautiful, especially any slight time you see your husband.
Yeah.
Take that time as an opportunity to go to your wardrobe and bring out the gunshots and be shooting around. You know, seize every opportunity you have to myself. That alone is a very big way of tightening his mindset down from distraction, easing him stress through sex and other relief. Then both of you can enjoy your life. If you be shy person, get yourself good drink, have a time party with your home, dance, enjoy your life. Nobody have a perfect home, but you must create something for yourself, for your home. Always know when to go back and when not to go back.
Yeah.
Know the time that, oh, this thing is overdue.
Take me.